Hello everyone, it is Skyz here, and welcome to another build video. And in today's video, I have something really unique. I have not seen a build built around the Suppressors effect. That is right, this build is based around the Suppressors effect, so that you are a ultimate tank, no matter how much damage you do, or whatever you do. This build is built around tankiness, like I just said, and it does pretty decent damage. My build's based around two-handed melee, but you can go with one-handed melee if you really wanted to. But without further ado, let's just jump right in to the most weird build in Fallout 76. So for my mutations, there's nothing really different here compared to my brawler build, which actually will be doing an update video soon on. Adrenaline reaction does not count for this build, but carnivore is really nice because you get better benefits from meat, which boosts up your damage. I don't know why I have chameleon there. Electrically charged, chance to shock melee attackers. This is just decent to keep you somewhat alive. Marsupial, so I can jump around. Scale the skin, so I'm a lot more tanky. Speed demon, so I can run faster. Talon, so I do bleed damage. Twisted muscle, so I do better melee damage, and chance to cripple as well. And then unstoppable isotope, so I do even more damage to things like suiciders, or not suiciders, death claws, or mylyrics, or whatever else. So for my perks, so for my special, I have 15 strength, 1 perception, 15 endurance, 9 charisma, 1 intelligence, 8 luck, and 8 agility, 12 luck. So in strength, of course, I have slugger, expert slugger, master slugger, so I do better damage with two-handed melee. I have martial artist, so I can swing my melee weapons faster, and they also weigh a little bit less. And incisor, so I ignore target damage. If you really wanted to, you could also throw blocker on, but I found that if you want to do better damage, incisor is definitely the best choice. Just because of some mods you can get for your armor, which I'll go over in just a second. For perception, I have green thumb just because I make a lot of food. You can put glowing sights or whatever, but Butcher's Bounty is also a really good option for here too. Inside endurance is kind of a little bit more important. We have level 1 Cola Nut, just because you get benefits from Nuka Cranberry, which is what I use to power level this guy up. Fireproof, so I take less explosive and flame damage, which basically makes Scorch Beasts and the Queen pretty much do 2 damage to me when they do their fucking sonic attack. Rejuvenate, so I get better benefits from being fully fed and hydrated, because I am a food/drink build. Ironclad level 5. Now thinking about it, probably shouldn't have Ironclad here. Maybe like 3 or 2 levels, but that extra energy and damage resistance is always really nice. Solar power, so I have better strength and endurance between 6 AM and 6 PM. And then adamantium skeleton, so I no longer take limb damage. This is actually really important for a tank build, I found. I'm going to be incorporating this to my heavy gunner in just a little bit. Now charisma, you can have 6 points here. What I would recommend is going for is suppressor and tenderizer, but if you want to use food, go ahead and pick up party boy or party girl. But other than that, suppressor is like the #1 thing you want here. But I just have suppressor, tenderizer, and party boy. Intelligence, you can get level 1 of nerd rage or whatever, but I'd say just put scrapper on, because I am this character is my ammo guy, so it crafts my ammo, so getting better steel from guns is always really nice. And then in agility, I have adrenaline level 5, so I do better damage after each kill. And then action boy / action girl, so I get my AP up, because you're going to be running around a lot with this build. That's why that's there. And then for luck, we have bloody mess, so I do 15 more damage to targets. Class Freak, originally I did have ricochet, but with my mutations, I decided to take it off and replace it with Class Freak. But if you really wanted to, go ahead and use Ricochet. It's actually really nice to have Ricochet on. And then I have Starch Genes, so I can keep my mutations forever. And then Good with Salt, so my food never spoils. And as a food build, you may wonder why I don't have Through Hiker, and that's because, well, I have a grocer's backpack, so everything weighs 90% less, which means I don't need that perk anymore. So, thank you, Minerva, for giving me this. Greatly appreciated. So for my legendary perk cards, what I'm currently running is the legendary agility and legendary luck perk cards, just so I have extra agility and luck. Brawling Chemist. This again correlates to my buffs. Hack and Slash is meant more for my for my brawler build, but other than that, Hack and Slash is a really good one I would recommend. And I have Ammo Factory because this is my ammo character. However, if you did not want to use Ammo Factory, you could very well use Collateral Damage, which will also boost up your damage by 13% as well. And for my weapons, I'm using the brand new Gulper Smacker. This is actually my first roll ever, which is pretty freaking sweet. Suppressors VATS crit +1 strength is so good. So good. Especially on this kind of weapon. You're not going to be using VATS a lot, but that's whatever. If I had the option to put the acidic hand on, I would, but I haven't got Moonshine Jamboree in about 8 years, so I'm kind of just rocking around with this. And the Chain Wrapped is the best mod for the Gulper Paddle from what I've seen. And then I have a Super Sledge, suppresses limb damage and +1 strength. This was gonna be my main. This was gonna be my weapon until I got that. But anyway, the limb damage actually goes for headshots too. And yes, you can get headshots with melee. You just have to aim that little fucking dot to the head, and then you do melee, or you do a headshot. So we have that here as well. Really nice, cool reference on that as well. For my armor, I am using full Overeaters, except for my right arm. I didn't get it in time to make this video, but as long as you're using full Overeaters, you can really go with whatever you want on your armor. I have this one with Acrobats, which is pretty cool. But Overeaters is without a doubt the best main legendary effect for tanks now. Vanguard's also a really good option, but Overeaters is always superior in my opinion. This is a full Forest Scout armor set too, fully modded as well too. This is the weighted mod on it. Weighted mod. If we go to a armor station, the weighted mod, if you read down at the bottom, unarmed and melee attacks ignore some of target's armor. Now I have no idea if this actually stacks with Incisor, but just because I'm using blocker, I got weighted. Also polymer too, so I have better energy and damage resistance as well. For the legs, I just have ultra light build, so I have more AP. That's total of 5. And then for my chest, again ultra light build, so I have more AP as well. Because this build, for some reason, my guy at least has like no AP, but it's probably because I have all of this producing my AP as well. And then I'm also using a Shielded Brotherhood suit for better strength and endurance. I believe this is one of the better ones. I don't have the top Under Armour for melee builds, but this is just what I'm rocking with. So for buffs, I use a lot of food. So what you're gonna want is Deathclaw Steak. I actually went over a lot of this in my Brawler build, which I recommend you guys go watch. I use a lot of that stuff, but I've made a change. I'm now using a lot of whiskey because this gives me 6 strength. If you guys don't know, each point of strength gives you 5 points of melee damage. So that's 30 points of damage just right there, just by doing that. And then stack that with things like Yaguai steak or Yaguai ribs, which give you 10. Glowing steak, which give you I think like 20. Sorry, 20. Oh no, 20. Yeah. Just stack with a lot, and then you're gonna be doing a shit ton of damage. And before we get onto the gameplay, I'm going to admit it right now. The build sucks against the Queen and Earl, but does really decently well against pretty much everything else. But let's just go on to the tips part of the video. So just for some general tips, you are going to mainly want to be playing on a team, as this is a support build where you reduce the damage of enemies, so you might as well play on a team so everyone gets the benefit of the team. If you're doing things like queens or whatever, by all means don't be on a team. If you don't want to, it's whatever. Keep an eye on your health as well, because even though you do reduce the damage of one enemy at a time, it only does it to one enemy, so a group of enemies may be able to kill you, so keep an eye on that health. Make sure you have stim packs. And then for weapons, I recommend you guys using a super sledge, the baseball bat, tenderizer, gulper paddle, warglaive, or a sledgehammer are all really good options. The bat and the sledgehammer are probably a little bit worse, but with mods you can make them pretty decent, especially the sledgehammer. It's pretty underrated. And then for armor, I recommend you guys using any of the scouts, which includes the Forest Scout, Covert Scout, or the Urban Scout, the Secret Service armor, or the Brotherhood Recon armor. Now you could very well use power armor with this build, but my build's based around just using no power armor, but you could very well use power armor with power armor or whatever. I recommend probably using T65, X01, basically any of the endgame power armors. Even Hellcat would even be a really great option, because that ballistic fiber, or that ballistic damage reduction by 2%, equivalent to all pieces being 6%, which is completely ridiculous. Also, if you guys decide not to end up using Party Boy, you can reallocate those points into more luck, so you can actually use the Ricochet, which is my original plan for this build. But I had AP issues, or into agility for sneak or whatever. Or you could also swap out Party Boy for Team Medic as well, which would make you a much better support build than, let's just say, reducing the damage of enemies. But anyways, guys, that is the end of today's video. If you guys did enjoy it, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. At 200 subscribers, I will be doing a giveaway. Details to be announced once I hit 200 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for the support. I do appreciate it a lot. But anyways, guys, my name is Skyz. I will talk to you all later. Peace.